Qatar and Malaysia. I like it better here because there's more bumping, more racing, everything like that.
Following the heats, Roberto Ferreira has got some work to do in the final from the 10th row of the grid.
I've done a bit of corporate, done that for about 7 years. I moved on to Rotax this year. Just my first year in Rotax. It's going fine. Got a few practices down yesterday. There was a few really good drivers. Might struggle with them.
Hayden Cater talked to us about his weekend so far after qualifying in the top 10 for the final.
Friday, I went out for one session. It wasn't so good. The kart was just too grippy. But Saturday we looked quite fast, and today we're looking quite good as well. Qualifying, we've done well. Everyone's like within a tenth of each other. Everyone's faster there, so it's going to be really hard this week. The atmosphere here is really good. Everyone's fair. Everyone gives you enough space. Everyone's just really good to you, really.
So this is it, our final race of the 2014 London Cup. Ian Coker and Gus Lawrence on row 1, Aaron Drury and Angelo Prodromou on row 2, Warren Miles and Jordan Brown complete the top 6. So there is Ian Coker, number 48, who is second last year, and alongside him last year's champion, number 58, Gus Lawrence. They're on the front row, and they get the race underway. The charge into Stadium Bend. They rev up 125 cc's, roar into life, and it's a good start into second place for Aaron Drury, number 97. He tucks in behind Ian Coker. So from the outside of row number 1, Gus Lawrence has been hung out to dry and has lost several places. On board with the double O plate, Oliver Moss has been carnage there. 89 and 99 come together. Jonathan Williams and Jonathan Campbell, and Aaron Bass getting in the mix as well with the onboard camera. There he goes, number 71, getting ahead of Oliver Moss, who got a tap through into the hairpin. So a sad start to the race for Jonathan Campbell, who you can see is mightily frustrated about all of this. But at the head of the pack, out of trouble, is Ian Coker. He leads the way at the end of lap number 1 in kart number 48. Alexander Burford Fuller here with the onboard camera, and just ahead there was a move from number 86, Hayden Cater. He failed to start the race last year, so he's already got further into this than he did 12 months ago. Aaron Bass now, he's trying to make his way through with the onboard camera. He's going to gain one place here, and he's going to get another one alongside 55 David Shepherd on the way into the second hairpin. So he's made up quite a few places at the start of the race. I think it looks like Gus Lawrence has picked up one place, back up into third position. There is running wide, number 38 there. That's Lewis Kent, so he loses a place, and that was to Aaron Bass, number 71 as well. We saw the action from the 00 cart with the onboard camera, and they filter their way through into Stadium Bend. There's 27, which is Alex Burford Fuller, who led the club championships here at this circuit earlier on in the season, still in the mix for the overall club title. He's behind number 79, Ty Mason. And here is Aaron Bass, number 71, a little tap on the rear bumper of number 22, Warren Miles. That sends him out wide. So a bit of contact there, but he got through. And ahead of him now is number 20, Damani Meccano, who started the race in the top 10. Leading the way still then is Ian Coker, and yes, Gus Lawrence has made his way back to third, so he started on the front row. I think he dropped to fourth or fifth on the first lap, but he's back up into third place now. Second ahead of him is Aaron Drury, and the race leader still number 48, Ian Coker, who also leads the Hunts Kart Championship. Aaron Bass then onto the tail of Damani Meccano, and he taps his bumper as well on the way into turn 2, into the hairpin. So it's his favoured move here. Damani loses several places as a result of that. Now we're going to get a replay from Meccano's on board, and see he was forced out wide into the hairpin there, off the road, and he loses 3 or 4 places as a result. Oliver Moss comes through, and 1 or 2 others, Lewis Kent coming through as well. You can see number 80, Jordan Brown, and he's got with him number 86, Hayden Cater. So these two have tied themselves together in a fight. Hayden Cater closing, under braking the door. He's left open, he dives down the inside, run deep into the corner. He's got the right-hander sorted out. The next hairpin, he's got the line for that, so through he goes. So Hayden Cater, number 86, picking up a position here and running well in this race. He's been a front runner in the heats, has had good pace in this one. And having picked up the place, can he now pull away from the number 80 machine of Jordan Brown? So Damani Meccano onto the tail of Lewis Kent, number 38, as he tries to fight his way back through the order. He's down in the middle of the pack at the moment. Lewis Kent just about has time to close the door on the way into Stadium. Just ahead of the pair of them is the number 21 cart of Georgie Whitebread. So here comes Damani Meccano, goes to the inside through the first hairpin. He's drawn alongside Lewis Kent, but Lewis in the 38 cart, also a very quick driver, fends him off. So these two have developed a good scrap here. Damani would be keen to to get back through the order, back up towards the top 10. Relatively inexperienced driver, doing well to qualify so high up here. He's only had a couple of seasons race experience. So the lead pack comes through, trying to chase the lead pack, having pulled off that move one lap ago. He's Hayden Cater, number 86, who leads the second group of karts. Aaron Bass then, number 71, getting onto the tail now of 79, Ty Mason. This is down into the hairpin section. Ty Mason with a lovely move there, late on the brakes to get ahead of number 80, Jordan Brown. And then, he gets a tap. That shoves him forward into the leader of that group. And that was 71, Aaron Bass again, just giving a driver a tap on the way into that second hairpin. Paid off for him so far, but there have been contact in these moves. So we're going to replay now of this move on the way into the first hairpin. The two ahead start battling, and then just that little gentle tap, but it's enough to send the man ahead wide, and he gains 2 places. And you can see quite a hefty shove it was actually, and one at the head of the group, the concertina effect, Jordan Brown, was forced way out wide there. So here we go into the section at Stadium Bend at the tail of that group. Number 22, Warren Mars, looking to get himself a top 10 finish. We're on board with Aaron Bass now. Nobody really ahead of him. Into the first hairpin he goes. This time he's going to lose a place. He's going to lose 2. That was a great move from 22, Warren Mars. Opportunistic driving. 2 places lost for Aaron Bass as Miles came through, as Ty Mason came through as well. So there is number 22. Good progress there. Very nice move that was through the hairpin section. So lots of great scraps going on in the midfield here. 22, Warren Mars climbing up through the order. He started pretty high up the grid in 5th. He dropped back on the first couple of laps, but getting back into the mix now. Going to the final few laps of the race. So there is Inem Coker, the race leader. 48's just edging clear. We've got Gus Lawrence into second place now. It's the time for him to catch Inem Coker, or we're going to see a role reversal from last year's result. Coker leads Lawrence in 3rd position now. He's number 61, Angelo Prodromo, and down to 4th place has gone Aaron Drury. He did run as high as 2nd in this race earlier on, so might just miss out on the podium here. One more frustrating position to finish in than 4th place, just outside the podiums. There's the 00, Oliver Moss. Here he is carrying the onboard camera and getting ever closer to the rear bumper of Jordan Brown. You can see how much speed they carry through the right-hander at Stadium, through the left-hander at Reggie's elbow, and it's all about the momentum on the way to the hairpin. Lovely move that from Oliver Moss, which started at turn 1, and through he went into turn 3 at the hairpin. Now he's number 16, who's had a lot of work to do. Roberto Ferreira from way down the grid. He's made some progress in this one. Inem Coker, though, continues to be in trouble at the head of the field, although the gap has come down slightly. Gus Lawrence, who started to come after him. Still tied together are Lewis Kent and Damani Meccano, just outside the top 10. Damani Meccano has been trying for a couple of laps, and now he does get through. Through he squeezes at Stadium Bend. Perfect manoeuvre that, and he gets ahead of Lewis Kent. He might just have time to get one more place back in this race, but the checkered flag is fairly imminent. That was 98. Gianluca Vignali, we saw him with a move there into Stadium Bend. So Inem Coker coming through. He's glancing a bit nervously over his shoulder now. He knows that the gap is coming down. He can sense Gus Lawrence reeling him in. And Gus is taking Angelo Prodromo with him. So the top 3 are within sight of each other. That's a very nice move from Alexander Burford-Fuller, number 27, on the number 22 cart of Warren Mars. Oliver Moss is now with them as well. So these 3 having a great scrap down at the hairpins, and another move there for Oliver Moss as he tries to work his way back through the order in the second half of this race. There are the top 3, they're all together now. A little bit away from them in 4th place is Aaron Drury, but it is almost home and dry for Inem Coker. He is going to take the checkered flag, and he wins the London Cup 2014, last year's champion, after settle for 2nd place. Confirmation of the results then. Inem Coker, Gus Lawrence and Angelo Prodromo take the podium positions, just over half a second between them. Aaron Drury was 4th, Hayden Cater in 5th, Ty Mason, Aaron Bass and Alexander Burford-Fuller in 6th, 7th and 8th.
Started on pole, and Aaron Drury was right behind me the whole way through, so I just knew I didn't make any mistakes, and then fortunately they started battling a bit behind so I could get a gap. I just hold it to the end.
Runner-up in 2013, Inem Coker comes back to the London Cup and wins it this time around. A great drive under real pressure at the end of the race.
So that's it. The curtain draws on what was probably the biggest and best